Do you ever wonder why some traders are consistently profitable and others aren't using trend lines? The difference between the two is how each one uses the trend lines or utilizes the trend lines. Hi traders, welcome to my channel. I am Tori Trades and I have been trading the markets for over a decade now. I'm here to share valuable insights to help elevate your trading. So in this deep dive masterclass, we're going to be going over understanding trend lines, what they are and why they're indispensable, drawing accurate trend lines step by step, and then the strategy, how to implement these trend lines to ultimately make decisions in the market. I'm also going to show real world examples, real-time examples with real trades and real-time market data, and even some advanced tips. So if you don't already know, trend lines are the foundation of technical analysis. They represent the direction and speed of a specific instrument, and they ultimately help traders identify trends and possible reversals. So what types of trend lines do we have? We have two types of trend lines. We've got an upward trend line, which connects higher lows, indicating bullish movement, and we've got a downward trend line, which connects lower highs and signals bearish movement. Bullish trend lines, bearish trend lines, upward trend lines, downward trend lines. Now, how do we draw accurate trend lines? This is the fun part. So let's get into actually drawing these trend lines and how I utilize them. You have to start with a time frame. Now, what does that mean? You could be a day trader, swing trader, a long-term investor. How do the time frames come into play when drawing our lines? And the next thing is reliable tools. What tools are we going to be using to draw these trend lines? I'm going to be using a platform such as TradingView, and I'll be using the drawing tool to help me draw these trend lines. Now let's get into some actual chart time. Here we go. All right, we are opening up TradingView. I've got a naked chart on the screen right here in front of your eyes. I'm going to show you guys how I mark up my charts, how I use time frames, and the tools and which highs and lows I use to utilize my trend lines and how I draw them. I'm going to start by prefacing, anytime I mark up my chart with a completely new instrument, I will always do a top-down analysis. I am always going to start on the highest time frame that I possibly can. So right now we are looking at the YM. This is actually the MYM. This is the Micro E-mini Dow Jones. This is a futures instrument, and this is the micro version of the Dow. So if you guys know what the Dow Jones is, it's an index, and through the futures market you are able to trade the indexes here, or the indices. All right, so we're going to start in the monthly time frame. So we're going to hit the M up here in the top left. And now when drawing my trend lines, the reason I go to the higher time frame is because I want an overall view. I want to know overall from the far left to the far right, the hard right edge where the price is trading at right now. I want to know overall which way is this trending. And I want to go ahead and mark up my chart as well. So we're going to start from the beginning, marking up our very first trend line. Now, ironically, you would think I would use the trend line tool in TradingView, but I actually don't, because the trend line tool in TradingView gives a point A and point B and it stops. I want a point A and a point B, and then I want the line to go indefinitely in one direction. So